Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. This video is going to be mainly on the E-Type Jaguar, the 4.2 engine or the XK engine, on the valve clearances, and the next couple of videos will be on the Jaguars. It's been quite a while since I worked on them. I like to try and keep everybody happy. Bottom line is I have to work on what's coming up next. The reason that the Mini's not getting finished up at the moment is we need a distributor for it, and the distributor I had was an Alden yellow and it's not running. It doesn't work very well. There's something wrong with it, which came from Mini Spares, and I'm taking that back. And what we've done is between Paul Jeffries has gone to H&H Ignition Solutions, and he's had a distributor built particularly for this car. So this engine came with the original car, and we had to put a lot of parts into it. There was a lot of parts that were worn. This engine had been overboard already, and what actually happened, we ended up putting a brand new crankshaft in it from Mini Spares. So this is now, because it's been overboard, the bores have been done plus 40. This is now a 1310cc. The cam that's in it is an MD266, which is a kind of medium road cam, and we wanted to make the ignition fit that. And just to let you know, because I got this from Max, the compression ratio is 9.4 to 1. So yeah, that's basically what there is on it. So we've got most of the stuff. The distributor I'm picking up when I go to the UK, the cam cover I'm picking up when I go to the UK, and some other bits and pieces. The gearbox was completely overhauled, and I had to get some parts for Max to give him back, or pay him the money for the ones he's put in. So there won't be much on this until I come back from the UK, and there won't be much on the track day car either, because we're just again waiting for parts that I'm going to pick up in the UK. So as I said, next two videos will be on the E-Type, on the valve clearances, and then getting the XK running so we can do a test drive on it on Sunday next week, I hope, if the weather's good. So I hope you'll stick with us if you're Mini guys or Jag guys or whatever. As I said, I can only do what's coming up at the time. I'd like to keep everybody happy. That's not possible. So I hope you've come along with the journey with us, and it might be of some interest to you. What I've got to do before I can actually take the camshafts out, the rocket covers have already been off. I'll take them off now. I need to take this RPM generator off the back, because obviously it's attached to the cam at the back, which generates the RPM, to take that plug out on the other side as well. Once I've got that off, I'll then take off the coil, and I have to take off this breather system you can see here at the side, because inside there is a piece of gauze. I'll show it on film. There's a piece of gauze in there which is from the engine breather, from the crankcase breathing system, and then right behind that is the chain tensioner. So I've managed to get the two bolts out of this RPM generator here, and I'm having a bit of trouble getting on that bottom one there. So I'll have to work out how I can get to that. It's very tight in there. It's hard to get a ratchet. So yeah, as you can see, I've taken excuse me for the light, going across the light. You can see there's the cover, which is here. Actually, there's a bit of muck in there, a bit of water. So basically, this is the detent I was talking about. You can see I can push that in there. So it's actually latched in, and this is the special tool that you need for it. Obviously locates onto those two roll pins, and what you do as you push it in, you're pushing the detent in, which allows you then to take off the tension off the timing chain, off this top timing chain. So I'm just about to take this securing wire off these. You can see I've put a rag just inside there, so that if I should drop the bolt, hopefully not, it will sit into the rag and won't go down into the engine. Or you'd have to take the engine out if you couldn't fish it out, or certainly take the sump off. In fact, it wouldn't even go down, it would go down to the lower timing chain. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to cut this, and you can see I can get hold of the wire there. I think what I'll need to do is cut that wire off the end. There we go. And that should now pull through. There we go. And I can get on the other end. I should be able to pull that wire through there. There we go. Just help it through it. There we go. That's the wire out. So, and I managed to save a little bit that sat on the edge. So what I can do now is I can actually undo this bolt here. That's the wrong socket. So what that'll do, allow me to undo that, and I can take that bolt out. As I say, it's just a precaution to put a piece of rag in there, and just make sure you just don't drop it. Okay, yeah, you can see the bolt, and you can also see the hole in it. There's two sets of holes, and this is for the locking wire. So what I can do now is I'll take this wire out. I'll just pop this into a magnetic tray I've got there. And then I can take this wire out. I just pulled this through, and I can take this side out here. So again, all you really need to do is just poke it through a little bit, and you can catch it with a pair of long nose pliers on this end, and that'll just stop it. If anything goes wrong, it'll just stop it from falling down, and basically do the same thing again. So I'll just pull that over a bit. There we go. There it is. So, there it is. So now I can take the other one out. Take this one out. There you go. Obviously you want to be very careful with these. Now what I'll do is I'll now turn the engine and bring it back up the other side now. A little bit more. Should be out, hopefully. Yep. Yep, that's it. So, I can get these bolts out now, bring this forward, and then again, just put a rag in here just in case I should drop the bolt for any reason. And I can bring that through here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So that's the other bolt out. I'll put it in there. And now what we can do, I'll just take this out because I'm going to put it on the other side now. Take this last bolt out here, and I can bring this forward just a little. There you go. And that leaves the cam. You can see now the running gear's off. So that's off now, so that's no problem. So what I'll do is just slowly take a bit of tension out. There's not much torque on these. It's a very small amount. What you want to try and do now, because obviously some of the valves are down. For instance, that's down. So there's only number is 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 5 is down. So just take a little bit off each one. Just try and pull it up as level as you possibly can. Obviously, when you're putting it back in, it's the same situation, because obviously you're going to compress a valve. So now I can take the bearing out. Oh, not too bad, there's a bit of wear there. And now I can lift the camshaft out. So, I can just check there's no damage on any of the cam lobes, which is all good. These are the original cams that were in the car. It's not a new camshaft, they're all perfect. So now I can check these valves and see how we get on. Let me just pop that down to the side. And then I can take this and I'll check. This is number 6, so it's number 1. It's strange, it only seems to be Jaguars like that. Number 1 is normally at the radiator, and in this case, in Jaguar case, this is number 6. Number 1 is at the front, is at the back. So what I do is just get onto these. Sometimes what you have to do is just give them a little turn to break the contact. There we go. And normally you'll find it inside, and there it is there. And there's the shim we've been looking for. You can see it there. Normally there's a bit of wear on the valve stem side, but here these were brand new. Was it now 5 years ago? But it's about 5,000 kilometers, so they're in excellent condition compared to the head I've got upstairs for the XK150. So what I'm going to do at that point is I'm going to leave that in, put the bucket back in, and then cover it up for tonight. There we go. And the same I'll just go down and do every one, but I'll do one at a time, put the shim back in, take this one out, check that shim, and so on and so forth until I've got a measurement for each one of them, and we'll see where we are. Again, there's very little wear on that, which is good news. I'm going to put that follower back in, or the bucket back in. There we go. So that's it. So what I'll do now is I'll clean all this oil up, get everything ready, and then on the next video I'll give you the results that I've got from what I have to what I actually have to put in them, and we'll also see if we can start getting the XK150 started up and running so we can do a test drive on it. So there we are. Just got to take off the inlet, and we should be good. So thanks for watching in. Hope it hasn't been too boring. There's lots of these videos on YouTube, but and everybody will give you little tips here and there. There is one tip actually that's very interesting, is that there's an American chap who had clicking going on with the cam, and he actually found out that this outer upset, or the guide for the bucket, had actually slipped up, and it tends to happen on the exhaust. What I've noticed on some cars, some American cars anyways, they've got what they call a keeper in here, and it's had the head drilled, and with two half moon shaped keepers, and it's like a plate that goes across, but they only do it on the exhaust, I think, because of the heat. Anyway, on that note, I'll catch you on the next video, and as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, take care.